G'day, Tragic here, and welcome to something a little bit different. This is a sort of hack that I've done to an existing DLC mod. So this is actually an official DLC. You'll need the official DLC to use this mod. But what I've done, I've just hacked it and put some little buttons on it. And I'll show you why. For starters, I've added a bag over here. So you can now drag select all these dudes and just drop them in the bag. Give it a shuffle and very quickly do a random hero selection. Very easy, very quick. So remember, this game requires you to only have 3 starting cards, so you've got to put one back before the start button works. And you'll see that my buttons are kind of over everything, but that's just the way it is, so deal with it or not. Let's turn on all the expansions. Well, let's not. Let's just leave that one off, I guess. And you just hit the start button like so, and it starts up normally. Now, this is all normal DLC. This is all, nothing of that is to mind. All that I've done is produce these little buttons here and these trash objects here and here. Added the shuffle bag and sort of fiddled with the instruction booklet. And they work very simply. When you're down here, you can hit draw event, and it will draw an event from the event stack. When you're finished, dump it in the trash and it will pop it straight back where you need it to go. Drawing map will draw the map like so and drop that where it's supposed to be. And also the last button is you just click sunrise and it will make sure everyone's flipped back to day. If you click it multiple times, it does nothing. It only flips over moons. And that is pretty much it, but there is more. There is some more fancy stuff. Basically, any monster that you dump in the bag will also be dropped into position. Doesn't matter which one you pick, it'll all go back into the right spot, even if it's upside down. You know, so the back is showing, it'll rotate it back. So you can see Evil Presence. Boom. And it just speeds up the gameplay so much. And of course it works with all the other cards. They all get dumped into their various discard piles if you drop them into the bin. If you drop the wrong thing into the bin, you can just take it back out. These dice will just be destroyed when they go into the bin. And if you are on the opposite side of the table, one of the things that really bugs me about Tabletop Simulator is if you're upside down on the table, when you draw a card and you flip it over, it's actually upside down. You know, it doesn't auto-correct. What I've done is the draw map and draw event buttons for this side will actually flip the card so it's the correct side up, which to me is a huge improvement. That's just me. And of course it has its own sunrise flippy thing. And of course these trash bags work for all the little items as well. So anything that comes out in an infinite dispenser just gets destroyed. But if it's something that needs to be dropped back into the correct spot, it'll drop it back. That's an infinite dispenser, does nothing. This one though, the charm actually gets dropped back. So the activation tokens or the clue tracker, these all get dropped back onto the table. Finally, I've also saved a hotkey, Shift F9, to go to the book, which I've placed over here and scaled up nice and big so you can zoom right in and read it without any eye strain for us old farts. And that, my friends, is my hack for Darkest Night. There's actually one more thing I do want to show you. Basically, if you don't have all the expansions on, you can actually have some card decks will not be used at all because they only are used in certain expansions. But they're always sort of, I'll show you what I mean. So if I just finish this setup. Okay, so in this particular setup, the Darkness deck and the Quest deck are not being used at all. So if I discard the mystery card it'll actually go into the discard pile right down here. And that's because if you have all the expansions enabled and all the decks are used, this is where the DLC mod by default places the mystery deck. And that's hardwired into my buttons, and I'm not going to change that. So if that really bugs you, all you need to do is pick up the deck and move it next to where it's being discarded, and it will look nice and neat. Because as you can see, the red and the black get discarded into those locations, because when you have everything attached, there you go. So as far as using it goes, it's exactly the same as the original mod, but now you have these extra buttons to do the sunrise and draw the events, plus you can discard things into the discard pile to be dropped back in the right spot. That's it. I hope you guys like it, and a big thanks to everyone involved with actually making this DLC. This is one of my favorite little solo dice chuckers, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.